And I need you to help me start a movement for you and your children. So I made videos to Joe Rogan, to Tucker Carlson, to Elon, and I'll do a couple more later on. So if you know someone who's got a YouTube channel and a podcast, see if they would get Environmental Health Trust on their show. And Theodore Serrano of Environmental Health Trust, as well as Robert Brown, radiologist, 7-minute radiation facts on YouTube and down below. So $30 million toxicology report on the dangers of cell phones have already been done. I could sit here and shout facts left and right like the FCC lost in court against Environmental Health Trust. Yeah. Or the 1980 rat monkey study on cell phone radiation, the one that we're writing on right now, where they were blasted with microwave radiation to the point where they couldn't push a food lever, even though that they were starving. 4 kilowatt per gram of tissue. And they divided that number by 50, and chemicals usually only do it by a minimum of 1,000, and then they divided it by 10 for the general public. Cell phone towers ride on the same thing, and they are not tested. Susan Serrano, her new video, I'll post it down below. When you see that, you need to breathe. There's a thing called the mind-gut bacteria, or the brain-gut connection. It's on YouTube, I'll have to look for it. But that firing off of being scared or anxiety or whatever, that's gut bacteria firing off. So black walnut tincture will aid in taking care of some of that. Dr. Herta Clark. So this is a very slippery slope for a road to go down. You have to be mentally tough, like in the sense of you may need to fast, you may need to reduce your EMF exposure at home, because it will get real. There's so many different things, and 10 minutes is just not long enough, and trying to rattle it out look a little crazy, but you're in danger. About page legal RF exposure of your phone. Tell me how you're not. They lost in court. They didn't look at the vulnerability of pregnant women or children, and it's from 1980. And the frequency that they used back then is not the same one now. But you're safe, they say. Go listen to the court hearing, and then you'll be on the same page. I am not looking for popularity. It's not about me. It's about Environmental Health Trust and their whole crew getting on a platform to speak on this. Hopefully for a few days, so you can safeguard your children, seeing that fast track is on the way. That means they get to place a 5G cell tower anywhere they want. You can't say anything. And you will lose value in your house to more people get to know about microwave radiation and the damaging effects that they know right now. Over 10,000 pages, but that's here nor there. I need you to repost to Joe or Tucker Carlson, anybody who's got a really high platform, because I can't do it. I'm electric sensitive, and to me, I'm not trying to get popular so you go on a stream and get more microwave radiation. It kind of contradicts itself. Even this does. But at least in here I can say, you can buy a device for your phone and it turns it into an Ethernet cord and you don't need to get microwaved. Yeah, it may be a pain in the ass to have a fucking cord hanging around or whatever, but you don't get radiation. It's a big win-win. But you'll have to go to Environmental Health Trust on YouTube, first video, and go through that video at the very end she gives you all the little tricks that you have to do to get your router not to fire off radiation. Yeah, you can shut it off and just there's cords on the back. You just plug it in, and you're golden, somewhat. There's dirty electricity, and we can get into that more. But having these individuals on a platform that people can sit down and dig in and hear the facts is what we need. Klinkhardt, his 10K study on EMF and body voltage powered EMF and Wi-Fi power density. He can show that he can test a woman's bedroom that's pregnant and give her an assessment of whether or not she's going to give birth to an autistic child. His whole practice, more than 50% of it, is autistic children. He has a protocol for aiding and reverting autism as well. Peter Sullivan, Clear Light Venture, and the list goes on. Dr. Magna Havas, Samuel Milham, the author of Dirty Electricity. He's 92 years old. I believe he's still around. His last video was only a few months back. That man needs to be on as well, because his paperwork that he's already got done, his white pages, his actual work that he's done is over on his website, and you can read it. The teachers were getting cancer, and that was way back then. So it's going to be more now. That was without cell phones. Now we got cell phones times 30 in a classroom. And that court with the FCC and Environmental Health Trust, where Environmental Health Trust won, arbitrary and capricious as the judge ruled on their outdated safety guideline. No t-shirt, 1 pound of chemicals for 1 pound of cotton. Yeah, I'm good. Sponsored by a cell phone company? No, not happening. Children absorb 10 times more microwave radiation than an adult. So, I mean, if you're going to scroll through, you might as well share, hey Joe, I really would like to see Environmental Health Trust on your show. Susan Serrano, Dr. Robert Brown, radiologist, Dr. Klinkhardt, Magna Havas, I think that's pretty good. Oh, and the 252 scientists from 43 nations that signed the International Appeal to Non-Ionizing Radiation. Yeah, Dr. Robert Brown explains the radiation facts in 7 minutes. Yeah. You can see the proposal done by Environmental Health Trust to the shareholders on Tesla vehicles. It's an interesting one. So, a Safe and Sound Pro meter you can buy for over $1,000 to see these numbers, and you can cross-reference it with bioinitiative.org. You can hire a specialist to come out and test your home today at buildingbiologistinstitution.org. Now, they may not know all the health effects of the numbers that they're testing, but they can tell you if it's extremely high and where they believe that it's going to be much better to be in. There's a certain level that they look for. And they have the thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of scientific equipment, just like that Safe and Sound Pro meter. That's tested by a third party and is 5G ready. But when we move on to 6, and even with 5, that's 1 cell tower every 165 feet. And during that Robert Brown video, you can see it's 10,000 at the window, 700 at the bed, and my 10 minutes are up.